All right, how's it going? My name is IPA Fan, and this is Church of Chug. Today we are chugging 10%ers, and we are talking to Nate from BeerFarm. With that being said, let's go to introduce ourselves. Ricky.
What's up, guys? Ricky with the Good Beer here. I am going to be chugging this Black Stallion. It is a Imperial oatmeal milk stout, 10% out of Tin Barn Brewing.
Cool. Henry.
Hopped Up Symptomus here. I'm going to be drinking the Streets Triple IPA from Trillium.
Cool.
Damn.
J-Hump.
Craft Witness here. I'll be chugging this stout from Omnipolo Argus. Nice little beautiful can here. They're out of Connecticut. Yeah, 11%.
Drunken Monkey.
Drunken Monkey here. I'm be chugging District 96 Nuclear Option, 14% quad Northeast IPA out of New York, New York.
Sam.
Ice Queen Brews. I'm going to be chugging a breakfast cranium brunch stout from Listerman out of Ohio. It's 11%.
Nice. And I am going to be going with Parish Atticus Atlas, 10%. At least I think so. But it might be a little higher. And our special guest, Nate.
What up? I am chugging a peanut butter sandwich stout called Banana Fluffy Fingers. It's from a brewery called Stone Cloud out in Oklahoma. Danny just came back, so he brought me some beer, 13.2.
Nice. Cool. All right. With that being said, Rich, you look super excited to do this. Go ahead and wait, Ricky, you need another minute?
I got it. I was just fucking, this head's going to be crazy, but I got it.
All right. Rich, you're in the middle. Go ahead and count us down when you're ready.
All right. Glasses up. All right. 3, 2, 1. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Ooh. Fuck.
You got the shakes too?
Ooh, shit, it's cold.
That's the toughest part, right? When it's cold. Oh.
The amount of foam that was in this thing is crazy.
All right, now my 10%.
Dude, that was crazy. Like it tasted so good until the end. Then I just got all the booze flavor at the end.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
So Rich, you look like you were enjoying that. How'd it go down?
It was the same thing. It was really smooth in the beginning, and then it was like a punch in the face with booze. Like I could feel it tingling my lips and my nose and everything. Like it was like trying to drink a couple shots at the end. It was like,
Oh shit.
Fuck that.
Good thing we can all keep it down. Sometimes.
Sam, I'm not even gonna ask you questions, but you look like you're hurting right now, man.
I really don't like bourbon, and this is a bourbon barrel. And I could feel it come right back up after I started. I end up spitting out a little bit, but I didn't use it. So I'm trying to keep it down right now. Whew.
What about you, Nate? How was yours?
It wasn't bad. I feel like instantly drunk again. I just got over, I woke up still feeling a little drunk. I took a nap and now I feel like instantly buzzed again. But it was, it wasn't bad going down. A banana.
That might be
Was it thick?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So let's go to introduce what we're cruising on. What are you cruising on, Henry?
I need to wait a minute because I'm trying to hold this one down, honestly. Oh, yeah.
We'll come back to you. Ricky, what you got, man?
I'm going to go with, it's called Thank You for Juicing, other half, 8% Imperial from Brooklyn.
Nice. J-Hump?
I got this Strangest of Places, this dope ass collab from Pier and Great Ocean.
Oh, nice.
Very good. Had to get it again.
Rich?
I am going with, it's called Jenny from The Answer. This is it's actually only a 4.9% cream ale.
Nice. Ice Queen?
I'm going with the Pure Equilibrium Homeostasis Murky Dippa. It's 8.6%.
I freaking love that beer. I'm
Beer.
afraid I like it so much. I'm afraid it's going to be like hidden from myself, so I don't drink it too soon, and then it's just going to go bad before I end up drinking it, which
That's what I did. I threw it back in my fridge.
Yeah.
always happens to me, man.
But yeah, why do we always do that? I freaking do that all the time too.
Nate, what you got, Nate?
I got the double blueberry shake from Great Notion.
Nice.
And then if I get through that, I'll probably Equilibrium, OG's Vengeance. And if I get through that, then I got the Block of Us Stout. I figured-
Damn, bro, we get lit on this
Jeez,
fucking shit right here.
Nice.
Came
Stay ready.
prepared,
Nate
man.
already.
I just went with the simple out of order. Got this from Kevin Drinks Beer and raspberry marshmallow cheesecake. I mean, that
Good.
just sounds really delicious, or it's gonna be really bad, but we'll see. Out of order usually is pretty solid. So with that being said, our whole topic is actually, oh wait, before we get in our topic, Al just jumped on. We should all make him do a chug while we stare at him awkwardly.
We
Yeah,
should.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Al,
Wow, what
you
up, homie?
you ready
Let's
for
give
your
him
10
the stare.
percenter?
Al, you got your 10% ready?
Jaron, did you say Care Bears there?
Oh, don't even pretend you can't hear us because you don't want to do a chug, man.
Let's go, fresh haircut.
Yeah.
Al?
Sorry, I'm late. Actually, I had to go to the gas station to pick up my credit card that I left there.
Nice.
So
Ooh,
Were you drunk when you left it
thankfully,
there?
I got it back.
Okay. You ready to do your chug? There you go.
Ooh,
Ooh, another stout.
And this is District 96 Banana Republic.
nice.
It's 10% Imperial Stout. So, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you all if you guys want to just,
No, just chugging.
Oh,
We're gonna
no.
stare at you.
I know you're chugging.
We're all looking at you, man.
Yeah, I
All
got to
eyes
pack
on
this
you.
on top of the hamburger, fries, and 3 other beers that I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers to everybody. My apologies for being late. This is going to suck, but it's still kind of cool. Cheers to everybody.
Cheers,
Cheers.
brother.
Cheers, man.
Look at me in my eyes.
That's right.
Look at me.
Ooh.
Look at me.
Chew, chew through that shit.
All right.
Chew right through it.
Yes, he did.
Nice to meet you, mate. Nate. How we doing?
Nice to meet you.
Cool. So our topic today is BeerFarm, and just getting to know what that's all about. I personally have been there a couple times. Was there yesterday getting my Manteca shirt.
Right on.
But it's a cool spot. So how about you introduce what it is and what you guys do?
Basically, we're just another craft beer spot trying to bring craft beer to IE because I was tired of driving to Orange County, to LA, to San Diego, like weekly just to grab good beer. I was like, well, shit, why don't we just bring that here? Actually, it was my buddy Danny's idea. Him and his wife came to me. They knew I liked to drink craft beer and I was into it. And they had the idea of trying to get something going. So we looked at all the avenues and how to do it. This was a way to get our feet wet going into the food lab, having like being in, where someone else runs the building, but we do our thing. Now now that we're going on our 3rd year, we're starting to look to try to get our own spot with our own vibe. And kind of like yesterday when we were upstairs playing the music, we kind of want that feel all the time. So really, yeah, I mean, for us, we just want to stay 100% craft. We don't want anybody's beer to be next to, big names and shit like that. We want to stick to what we were doing. And really, we're just always trying to make relationships and make friends drinking beers like that. And that's it. I mean, it's fun. So we still got regular jobs, but like, that's our, this shit's fun when we go there. Like yesterday was a blast, dude. I had a great time.
So for those of you guys who don't know, yesterday they actually had the release of a craft beer from Beer Thug Life and Crime Apple, Beer Tape, all those guys. And it was literally not released anywhere else, like a big release, except for there. Like that was the big release spot. And my thing is, how do you really like get to a spot where you're doing that? Because I don't think a lot of like literally like liquor stores would love to do that, but yet you guys are doing something like that.
I don't know. To be honest, I think it's just like this. We were meeting. Like I love meeting people. I love drinking with friends and meeting new people. And I think it's just our personality about it is that we love just to hang out. We're just like fans of beer first. And I'm a hip hop head, so like And Daniel from Hip Hop Craft the Show, he knows that. So like we before they even started doing their first shit, I was talking to them. And he just hit me up. I was at the Visionary show at the Aero Lodge, and that's actually when they hit me up. I'm like, hey, maybe we'll do something at BeerFarm. And shit, I swear to God, he called me like on Tuesday. He said, we're gonna do it next Saturday. I was like, fuck, next Saturday. let me figure it out. We just said, you know what, whatever, we'll make it work. So and it worked out great. So we're gonna continue to do some more stuff. I think we'll do some more stuff with them, maybe even our own collab with them. It's literally just, just being friends with people and treating everybody, how you want to be treated. And then I just, that's how I always am. Like tell my kids the same thing, man. Just be nice to everybody. Like, it's not that hard to be nice. We could disagree on a lot of stuff, but we could still kick it and be cool. The stupid ass Angels had them. I mean, if it's not a Dodgers hat, it's got to be Griffey. So.
All right, fair enough, man. The kid.
Yeah, you got the Sox.
Yeah, that Sox is pretty bad. So I'm curious, were you guys like kind of scared? Because like when I first heard about the BeerFarm a while ago, I mean, before you guys even opened, I thought it was an awesome idea. But the whole idea of not necessarily being a bar, but carrying exclusively craft stuff in Riverside, i.e., that's kind of scary because you don't know if the people are ready for it,
It still happens. Like we were getting great notions like the first year on draft and shit like that, and it would stay up there forever. Like people wouldn't even come through to get it. I'm like, and that's fine. I mean, so we have to introduce people to it. For like the dudes that know, they love it. Like we still have some beers on there that we strictly that come from breweries that like to do like
I go for Burley Oak there all the time though.
Oh yeah.
That shit. Yeah.
And like I couldn't believe like when we got it the first time I think we got the carrot cake, and that thing actually went quick. That one went fast. But these next, we had like 4 Dreams on recently, and they kind of just took their time with it, which is cool. I don't mind because then every time I go in, I can get one too. So
I can only drink so much, man.
Yeah, but we're just continuing to try to get.
Wait, so let me ask, what is it about your area that it's not catching on? I mean, you said Riverside, right?
Yeah, it's just I don't think there's any big breweries around. I mean, there's a few in Inland Empire, but like nothing that people are like, I don't know, maybe it's the ambiance of the cities around us. I don't know. I'm from San Bernardino. I grew up, but there's nothing out there. I mean, I live out now, Calamasa. I don't know if you know where that's in, like Ukaipa area. Redlands, there's a few. Ontario, Rancho, there's a few, but nothing that's like people are lining up for coming out to like, I must come get some shit on the weekend from them, So I think that maybe the closest thing is like maybe Temecula over there. But I don't know, and we don't mind it. We like to introduce everything to anybody. So I feel like there's gateways for all types of beer drinkers there. Like even my dad, at first when he would come through, I'd stash like Coors Light in the fucking fridge for him. Well, here, just drink this. But now like he'll try something, as long as it's close to that. And there's similar shit now that they're making lagers and pilsners and shit, like fuck, and they're delicious. So there's something for everybody for sure. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if it who continues to like seek after beer in Riverside, or they just keep going to Orange County and LA and all that shit. So
I got a question.
Yeah.
So how do you guys get like the communication with the breweries? Like, do you reach out to them and say, hey, look, I got this spot over here. Can you send me the beer or something like that? How does that work?
I think immediately we started that. So before we opened, I did my full like, we all have Instagram personas or whatever. So I was always showing up to releases and anniversaries and just meeting friends like that. But this is before I even knew that we were going to open. So like when we first opened, we opened up with like Pure and Burge and other San Diego shit that wasn't out here yet. So they were like, yeah, if you want to come get it, we're more than happy to give you beer. I'm like, all right, I'll take the drive. I don't care. Like, so we were reaching out like that personally, just like either I knew them or on Instagram or through email. I was just telling them what we were trying to do, just telling them we were fans. And sometimes we get ignored. Sometimes they would be like, yeah, for sure. If sometimes they'd be like, we don't have anything for you. Like Highland Park, it took us forever. I was excited once we started getting Highland Park. Like it took us, 2 years before we got in there. But now that they're like, now they can just pick up beer whenever you want. Like, all right, cool with me. So
All about
yeah,
good relationships, right?
absolutely. And just keep trying. It's not like if they say no, I'm not going to get discouraged. Like, all right, well, maybe next time I'll hit you guys up later, see if you need, And then COVID happened, and then COVID happened, and it like for some people it helped us like because they needed people to buy their beer, and for others it was like now we're only making beer strictly. Like right now we usually get field work. Right now they're making it strictly just for their tap rooms. So we might go up there. We just might take a trip though and grab it because usually they send it to us.
That's a good trip.
Well, that's a question I was gonna ask. Is like, do you guys have to put in the legwork to go get the beer, or like, or do the places actually ship to you guys, or is it mix of both?
It depends. Like we were getting shipped from Great Notion and field work. San Diego we were mostly picking up. LA will pick up. It depends if they have distribution or not. But a lot of those ones we like to get that don't have distribution, you got to go straight to them. Because then if it's as easy as if it's on a distribution list, everyone can get it, and which isn't bad, because they make great beers on there too. I love getting El Segundo from their distro. Some of those.
I'd imagine if you're picking up too, you kind of create that relationship with the brewery itself, right? You actually go there and you're like, hey, what's up?
Hey, Dan, look at this handicapped man with one leg picking up these kegs. That I like it. It works in my favor.
There you go, man. Hold on, Al. Before we get to you, Henry had a question really quick.
So, what sets you different from others in the craft beer community?
It's weird because we still don't like we feel weird because like we're in the food lab, so it doesn't feel like I never think of myself as part like anything. We just like we have a bar, we're like come in, have drinks, and that's it. So I'm still like figuring out what we even are. So once we get into our own spot, then we'll see where we can go. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
That humbleness will take you a long way, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, shit. Well, I hope so. We'll just keep doing what we're doing and continue to try, especially when things start opening up. I think once things start opening back up, like close to normal, or in a couple of months, I think people are gonna be out there drinking. Like, a lot.
That was me yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Al?
I was going to say, what other formats are you using to put your name out there? Because I know Instagram is huge. Like, you can't underutilize Instagram, whether you're a brewery or a beer place, beer, distributor, whatever you want to call it. Instagram is probably one of the best free advertising formats you can get. What other are you using, like Facebook and other formats, or are you just using Instagram to put
we have a Facebook, but I think it's linked to our Instagram, but we forgot the password like 2 years ago, so we don't even use it.
I feel like Facebook is kind of dead when it comes to
it doesn't matter.
Especially craft. It's kind of dead. Like you
guys use Untappd as well?
Biggest like free way of putting out like your information.
It's usually just Instagram, and then things like this, like making friends like with you guys, and it seems like we're always being asked to like. Somebody hit me up today. I'm like, hey, you want to go on our YouTube channel? I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, sure. Dude, like I didn't even know this guy had a YouTube channel, but I've known him. He's my buddy's friend. I'm like, sure, I'll go on there. Like, I guess that's it. It's a kind of a word of mouth thing for us. I think really, where there's not a whole lot of state spots in the IE anyway. So hopefully our name comes up if anyone's rolling through that area. So.
Sam, I know you got like tons of questions since you were one of the first people to promote Nate to be here.
Loaded with questions.
Yeah.
Take it away, Sam.
I crack up at Nate's page because he's psycho. Like if anyone's like, try to chug this, he's like, all right, I got you. And he tries it. So it's funny. I'm always cracking up at his page. But I think that I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Bottle Logic, because I feel like you guys can get whatever you want from them, no matter what. I didn't know if you had like some kind of personal ties with them, or you just like them a lot.
Yeah, so I loved them. Like the whole they did the whole week of the Week of Logic. I used to go to that. But when we first opened, my goal was to try to get bottles and kegs of their barrel aged stuff because that's what I love. And when we first opened up, they were like, it'd probably take about a year for you guys to get these bottles because it works on like they every year they start over basically. Like whoever is consistently getting beer and runs through it, they'll start some they'll throw more stuff towards that person. I think it took us like I think in September we opened, and then like by November we already had bottles of shit. I was like, "Ugh."
Nice.
So like the problem was we couldn't do things to go, which was hard because of our license. We had to do because of the food and the alcohol bar next to us, we had to get like the big license. So we have a liquor license. So every now and then we'll do like whiskey, but we don't like to step on anyone's toes. So we let the bar do that. But with COVID, now we could do whatever the hell we want. So like bottles fly out of there.
I was gonna say,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say that's one of the coolest things. Like for anybody who hasn't been to BeerFarm and the food lab in general, it's weird where granted you could go to a bar and do this, but I love how it's set up with the food and everything. But me and my cousin, all he wants is liquor, and all I want is craft beer.
Mhm.
And we could go to the food lab and we diverge right there, and we get exactly what we want. You know, I get some
Exactly.
solid ass craft beer, and he gets
Yeah.
his.
Plus like 12 other options for food, like whatever you want in there too.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's pretty dope setup.
But yeah, the Bottle Logics, they've been real cool. They even gave me I have a shit ton of glassware they gave me just for, they're like, hey, we're not going to use this, it's unprinted, but they're like basically like this glass. But I mean, I have like 12 cases of glasses they gave me just because they're like, hey, does BeerFarm want these? I was like, yeah, I'll take them. I'll
That's
be down
awesome.
tomorrow. Yeah, one of the girls that works there, I think she's starting to brew there. She actually works for Disneyland too, so we always talk because I love Disneyland, man. I have a candle right now. It smells like the Tiki Room, or it's supposed to. It's like pineapple. It's what is it? Yeah, it says something tiki on it, but like
Oh yeah,
it smells
yeah,
like.
I know her. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. She's real cool. So I try to talk to everybody. Everybody on Instagram. Like I try to talk to. I mean, anyone that says like if you me a question or whatever, I always try to make a friendship because. I mean, why else be on there? You know.
Now, can I answer a question real quick? We've talked to people from breweries and stuff, and how they got impacted by the, the pandemic and COVID and stuff, and how they had to shift from only selling at their tap rooms to canning everything and selling it. What type of shift do you guys have to do, being that you guys are like a bottle shop type of place where we also pour?
Yeah, it was rough at first because literally I think we shut down for like 2 weeks because we could only do to go at first, and we're not a liquor store. No one's gonna come, it's not this, like, we're not stocked up like that
Right.
or we weren't then to come through and shop and go. So we were trying to do like growlers and shit like that. Wouldn't really work it out. We were just thinking, well, this won't be too long. And then a lot of breweries were, like you said, they were just doing stuff in house, so they weren't even making kegs for bars or anything like that too. So there's some still not doing it. But we got a crowler machine a couple months ago. That shit, I didn't know it was going to be that good. Like people take crowlers daily. We went through like boxes of crowlers already. I mean, it's been a good investment. Also, the to-go bottles, and we're getting more cans. Now we just picked a bunch of Equilibriums and Great Notions, and I got this one. I picked up. So I don't even know the brewery. I just liked his Mr. Perfect. Remember him from the wrestling? There's a beer for him. I was like, I gotta get that. just
Nice.
I remember him. God, that's old.
So
You're going back, bro.
Yeah, it's dope.
Back.
I was about to drink that right now. But yeah, it was scary for a little bit, but we made it through it. And I think towards the end of the year, we started to feel like we were getting back to not normal, but with buying less beer and having less staff on, we were like kind of getting back to normal. So right now we're actually doing pretty well. So hopefully that continues. And we're gonna continue. So for us, we're gonna continue to do like those shows that we did upstairs yesterday. I think we're gonna do some movie nights up there. Just try to get more involved with bringing people in by doing extra stuff like that.
Are you gonna DJ more?
Yeah, that was funny. They tried to put me on the spot yesterday after they're fucking. We had dope DJs yesterday. They were cutting it up. Try to get me to get on there. I was like, shit, not after that.
Yeah, straight up venue. Shit.
But for sure, I think it's just easiest too if I just get on there for a set, at least open it up. Probably, I'll probably start doing that for sure. Because that's another like hobby of mine. I love to spin records and dig in the crates and all that shit. So,
what's up, Al? You got a question?
Well, a question and a statement. One, props to the shirt.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Go ahead and send them out to all of us.
But you just dropped the name Equilibrium, which is an East Coast beer. How are you making those connections where you can get that kind of beer into your place? Because it's not the easiest thing for you to just say, hey, can you send me some beer? I mean, there takes a little bit of work and a little bit of finesse to be able to make that happen.
Absolutely. With them, it was coincidentally, I had hit them up on Instagram. At the same time, Danny had found a distributor like in Ukaipa that had like there was a spot in Ukaipa, so like a wine spot that had some like beers that people don't have. So he got the number from them, and they happened to distro them. I was like, wait, what? Like distro out here? They're not a lot of people like. And I always let people know. People always ask me like, as soon as we throw it out there, there'll be a shop asking us like, hey, where'd you get that, or how'd you get that? And we're never stingy about it. We just tell them how to do it. And if they put the work in and find it, you know, then hit them up and follow through. But sometimes they don't. They're like, I don't need a new distributor. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, equilibrium is kind of a big deal around here, to some people, not everyone, some of us have, opinions about them, but they tend to be a big deal more than not. So yeah, I was just kind of curious as to how you were able to hook that up.
A lot of times too, I like meeting people like at Zombie Fest, because me and Chris, we've all known each other just through Instagram before anyone opened or started anything kind of. So whenever I go to Zombie Fest too, like he always introduced me to everybody. And I meet dudes like that too, and we just drink, and I just kind of sit in the back and they're, hey, this guy owns BeerFarm. Like, yeah. And because I don't ever like, I'm trying to get better at like self-promoting. I don't ever talk about it. I just kind of let's drink, and if it comes up, it comes up. But I just don't like to do that for some reason. I probably should, because since I have a business, might be a good idea.
Since you own a shop or a spot, when of course you deal with distribution and whatnot, do you ever like go out of your way to try to make connections with breweries that you're selling, because you're like, let me actually get to know the person and see if I actually like them to promote it more?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It is like, so when it comes to like distro and stuff like that too, not even just the brewery, but like I buy from the guys that like to chill and hang out, like regardless, like so like Beechwood, I love Beechwood. We don't have a rep, but like the Beechwood rep is like, I'm just gonna become your rep. He doesn't even like have this area, but he's like, dude, we just get along. We've been playing poker online the whole pandemic. He's like, I'm just gonna start sending you stuff. Like, all right, so yeah, I really like to be friends with the people we support, and it goes both ways, I think. So yeah, I like to get to know everyone. I mean, I want to know that what you're giving out is just as much like yourself than the beer too,
Definitely.
So I like to connect on personal level for sure with everybody.
Definitely.
Sam, you got something?
Rich, do you have anything?
I got like 15.
I got another beer. I got another beer I'm about to crack open.
Yeah, I do have another question, but like I don't want to hog up the time. So
I don't mind.
I would say so. I'll have a quick question. Fine. What a lot of times when we're on with different breweries or people who are distributing beer or whatever, one of the big questions that always comes up is style of beer. Like what's the big style of beer that's moving the most? What are you noticing that's something that you either are trying to keep stocked or need to keep stocked because that's like the hot thing coming off the shelf or coming off the taps? Like what is,
like I said, the Inland Empire is still funny with, there could be, we could have Monkish on and they would just sit there, and then, but like Garage Brewing will fly off because of the mango or whatever. Like if it says mango, it's gone in a day. Like it's weird every time. And then sours, everyone always wants sours. That's really, and then for some, I don't know if it's the name, but anytime any Beechwood beer is on, it's maybe the name and the tap handle, because they always have these dope, like old school 80s trophy, like softball trophy, bicycle trophy tap handles. Those fly off too, regardless. Maybe it's the word beach. I don't know. It's just like people get hooked on the words. And
do you think that's because of your area? Because it sounds like you're in a way, it sounds like you're introducing a lot of people to that area to craft beer. That, like you said, the ones that are hardcore craft beer drinkers, like you said, are going down to Orange County or going down to San Diego. they're not necessarily in the area. So you have a lot of quote unquote newbies coming in the area. Do you think that's probably why those type of things are
Yeah, absolutely.
the rotation?
Like we're really heavy on Green Cheek now. We have like 5 cakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Stay on that. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm so thankful to them. Every time I see them, man, I just thank them so much. Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
The same thing, like those are when someone comes, we always have a ton of new people. We're always trying to recommend. So we always recommend what we love too, you know. So like try this, you'll love this. And for the most part, if they don't ask, then it's one of those like anything that says mango, anything that says beach. But besides that, if they ask, then we'll always give them our best opinion. We won't ever try to be like, yeah, try to get something off, get this one because we need this one off. We're like, no, it'll go eventually.
So one of the things that always tripped me out is the fact that Riverside doesn't have a lot of, you know, craft beer spots or bars or anything like that. Yet the only two that I've seen are literally across the street from each other. You guys and the Brickwood. Was that like on purpose, or you guys like, what the heck?
No, so like I remember when we were first opening up, and then literally like we were just walking around, we're like, what's this? And it's all we saw them opening it up to, was like, all right, like we never know how to react to things. Like, is this gonna be bad for us or is this good for us? Because it was like brand new. But I mean, we make it work. He I forget homeboy's name, but he used to come in all the time. He's a cool dude. We go there, like our beer tenders, once we're closed, they head over there, and you know, we drink. We love Route 30. Route 30 is the one brewery in Riverside that we like get down with. Dude, they make great beers. Cool guys too. We have a house beer that we do with them every now and then. We're actually doing a collab with them right now, with them and like a local skate shop that's been around 20 years in Riverside, 20 or 30 years.
Crooks?
They just had their anniversary. Crooks, yeah. So we're gonna do a beer just because, like, you know, supporting local businesses, and Crooks is just like an awesome spot. So but yeah, with the Brickwood, like, just, you know, we always feel like no matter what, if I don't care who comes around, I think it just helps us more than anything. Like, if you're gonna, hopefully they do well, and then they're like, okay, let's go get a beer somewhere else, and we're down the street. So I think that's how it works. That's how it feels to me. Like, whatever's open doesn't ever feel like it affects us. It just helps.
Cool. With that being said, we are close to being out of time. So we'll cut it here. From everybody in the Church of Chug, I'm sure we all say thank you. Appreciate you joining us, Nate. And with that being said, if you are in Riverside, check out BeerFarm. You will definitely find at least one of the 30 taps there that's going to satisfy what you want.
Definitely.